I may not have attained my vision, but nevertheless, I'm satisfied with what we were able to achieve in the judiciary. Those were the words of Chief Justice David Maraga as he delivered his final State of the Judiciary address earlier today at the Supreme Court grounds. Maraga pronounced some of his administration's biggest challenges as the lack of financial independence and the refusal by the President to swear in the 40 judges as recommended by the Judicial Service Commission. And as Waihiga Mwaura tells us, the gains made in clearing case backlogs across various courts during Maraga's tenure have been eroded by the limited number of judges and disruption brought about by COVID-19.
In what could be described as his retirement speech, the second Chief Justice under the 2010 Constitution, David Maraga, delivered a 23-page monologue meant to summarize his 4-year tenure at the helm of the bench. Whilst Maraga spent the preliminary minutes of that time walking his audience through gains made during his reign,
as I sit in the next few days, I want to assure Kenyans that I leave behind a solid judiciary.
But that is only one side of the story, as Maraga revealed the worrying trend of a steadily rising workload for the judiciary, which has increased from 499,341 in 2016-2017 to 617,582 in 2019-2020. Maraga went on to urge the President to swear in the 40 judges, stating that the President cannot cherry-pick from the list of nominees. If that is allowed, the independence of the judiciary will be irreparably ruined.
If indeed there are any of those nominees with integrity issues, as it is being alleged, which were not brought forward at the point of their open and public interview, this very Constitution has a mechanism for dealing with them.
To reiterate his point, Maraga also defended the Judicial Service Commission's role in keeping the judiciary accountable, stating, in any case, the Judicial Service Commission has referred a total of 7 judges, some very senior, to be investigated by tribunals, end quote. Chief Justice Maraga did not finish his speech without addressing the financial constraints the judiciary has witnessed, stating that the judiciary requires not just financial allocation, but also real financial autonomy. Currently, the judiciary lacks both.
The majority of the Supreme Court nullified the presidential election. It is on record that the President threatened to revisit, and the following financial year, we saw a reduction of the development vote of the judiciary budget from 2.1 billion to a paltry 50 million.
Maraga warning that unless these financial and manpower challenges were addressed, then the backlog of cases would rise and become almost impossible to clear for a future administration. Meanwhile, in a statement read on his behalf by Solicitor General Ken Ogeto, President Uhuru Kenyatta decried the backlog of cases caused by the pandemic, which led to the closure of several courts, but praised the use of technology to solve these challenges.
An independent judiciary does not mean judges independent of the Constitution from which they derive their power, or independent of the laws that they are sworn to uphold.
The Chief Justice is set to go on terminal leave in early December, at a time when the nation is considering constitutional changes as proposed by the Building Bridges Initiative, and he advised that any changes which breaches separation of powers or threatens judicial independence would be contrary to the judiciary Kenyans chose as enshrined in the 2010 Constitution. Waihiga Mwaura, Citizen TV.